From coast to coast, the AVP League Week 6 takes shape, having come from Florida all the way back to the south coast of California in beautiful Oceanside, about 90 miles south of LA. 35 miles from San Diego, you'll find Frontwave Arena, home of the San Diego Sockers, the San Diego Clippers of the G League, and the LA launch will get us started. Betsi, Flint, Julia Scoles, Tim Baumgren, and Troy Field entering the arena. Field and Baumgren, of course, two of the most exciting players, played so many close matches this year. And on the other side, the Miami Mayhem. They were near home last week. Now back to the other coast. Of course, the gold medalists, Alix Klineman and April Ross. Big announcement there. We'll talk more about that. Theo Brunner and Trevor Crabb, champions in Manhattan Beach. Everyone chasing that championship weekend coming up in 3 weeks' time. New York Nitro, they're going to be in for everyone else. TBD. This is huge. Everything happening here in Oceanside will matter in terms of getting to that championship and having a shot at the title. Welcome back in, everybody. Kevin Barnett back alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. And Rich, it is the championship that's starting to take kind of center stage for these teams. Every win counts.
It absolutely does. Big playoff implications here this weekend. Both of these teams really need a lot of wins. They're hoping to get 4 if they can to solidify their spot in Los Angeles in November. But this is Miami's last weekend of competition, so their last opportunity to kind of, hopefully for them, wrap up a spot. If you're the LA launch, you still got quite a bit of work to do. As you saw our standings, a lot of discrepancy in the number of matches played.
Right, we're going to dig into that for sure.
Right, so you get a winning percentage, but every single match now very, very important for both of these teams.
And everybody's going to play 16 times, and some have played 8, some have played 12. There is so much to be determined here on the sand of Oceanside. Let's go to Mark Sherman and get started for the night.
Oh, let's do it. Let's get week number 6 started, everybody. Let's bring out the players. First up for the LA launch. Wearing the number 1, the 5'10" defender out of LMU, it's Betsi Flint.
Hey, you got one ball. We got to throw the other
And her partner wearing the number 2, the 6-foot blocker out of the University of Southern California, it's Julia Scoles.
all those volleyballs in real quick.
And their opponents, the Miami Mayhem. First up, wearing the number 1, the 6'1" defender out of USC, the bronze, silver, and Olympic gold medalist, it's April Ross.
Joe's going to throw the other one out to give us 3.
And her partner wearing the number 2, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall out of Stanford University, the Olympic gold medalist, Alix Klineman.
We are set. Gold medalists in Tokyo against Flint and Scoles. Best of 3 sets, all played to 15. You must win by 2. You get just 1 timeout. This is proven to be pretty fast action, Rich, and an adjustment for all these players to really go from ball 1.
Yeah, adjustment's an interesting term to use too, because it's an adjustment to get used to the format. You have very little time to make any adjustments in the actual match itself.
You have to be quick with the switch. Right away on 2. Scoop and deliver from April Ross to Alix Klineman. They split last weekend. You thought that was maybe a surprising result.
Well, they went 2-0 against the reigning silver medalists from the Paris Olympic Games, and Brandy Wilkerson and Mel Humana Paredes. That was a little bit of a surprising result, I think, season long. I mean, certainly on paper, that's not what we would have expected. Alix and April, of course, we know their exploits, but, you know, kind of coming off some off-the-court things in life, not necessarily at the top of their game.
Right, a couple of kids, 1 for each, as well as some marriages. It has been a busy summer for the gold medalists. And I wonder, with those 2 victories, do those wins tell us more about April and Alix or about Brandy and Mel?
Well, I don't know that it tells us all that much about Brandy and Mel. A great rally ensuing here.
Alix shuts that down.
Yeah.
She's had enough.
And yeah, I don't know that it tells us all that much about Brandy and Mel necessarily. What it tells me is I kind of, yeah, hopefully not offensively, said that Alix and April maybe not playing at the top of their game. That's relatively speaking, of course, to their level.
Right.
But what it does indicate, those 2 wins, is that they kind of have that extra gear still available to them when they need to go to it. And they went to it twice. They got 2 big wins.
They did. They've won 3 times on the year. Their other victory coming against Tony Rodriguez and Jeannie Arango of the San Diego Smash, who so far this year have struggled a bit. Saw those overall records coming in. The LA launch still in position to possibly get themselves through. They're currently sitting in the 5th spot. And remember, those points may matter. So if you win in 2, you get 3 points to your standings score. That's going to be the tiebreaker after your record. If you win in 3, you're going to get 2, and if you do go 3 sets but lose, you're going to get 1. And that has factored for the men of the LA launch who've gone 3 every single time.
Yeah, it certainly does. That's not a position you want to be in should it come down to a tiebreaker. Obviously, that win-loss record and kind of the win percentage that accompanied it is the first decider.
LA launch have played just twice. Flint and Scoles split their weekends both times. They come in at 2-2 overall. They beat the Brooklyn Blaze. That's Therese Cannon, Meg Kraft, who are in action here. And they also defeated, or pardon me, then they lost to Jimena Paredes and Wilkerson. And that was a tough one, 5-11.
But like Alix can't turn if she lands on the person, you know?
That up and impeded
But
your
no, it's
turn or your
Alix's
attempt
ball.
to turn.
It's Alix's ball.
That would have been, yeah. If we'd have seen her trying to initiate that turn and it didn't happen, in our judgment, we could have called it. I didn't see that happen.
That's what happened.
Okay, my judgment.
Yeah, thank you.
So just to be clear, we feel that happened, and it has been noted in the official record. April, it is now part of the transcript.
That's right. We took that down in the match journal.
Scoles, big jump serve, makes it up to the net. Poke over the top, and Flint cannot run that one down.
Yeah, good vision. The knuckle poke is so hard to read because you really can't gauge whether it's going short or deep. You know, when somebody hits it with their hand, usually they've got to sort of load the arm to some degree, right, to get some depth on it. The knuckle poke, you can just kind of jab at it and get those different depths.
Alix Klineman will continue to serve, utilizing her length, pushing that one, and again a force at the net already. Second touch, she can't run that one down. First meeting between these 2 pairings. And what's unique always about a first meeting, Rich? What happens when they face off and there's 0 history at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's kind of a feeling out period, right? You go into a match typically more focused on what's going on your side of the net, the kind of things that you would like to impose. We know the service game of both of these teams, big factor for both of them. Betsi Flint, one of the best servers on the AVP for years and years, and we know, of course, how about that creativity?
Bump kill? Did you have a bump kill on your bingo board?
Well, how about the purposeful play into the net to pull it out to facilitate the bump kill? That was very well done, very creative.
And we're up to 5-5 here in this set to 15. Set to 15, win by 2, best of 3. April, a little hybrid there. And well done, right-hand side by Betsi Flint.
Interesting to see the different serves that people employ. You know, obviously we're inside, so the elements not a factor in serving, but, you know, people kind of feel comfortable with certain serves in certain environments, right? April Ross, we know about her great jump serve, but kind of going with that flat, hard float serve in this indoor arena.
Scoles going with the jump serve, hitting it right on Ross, and again it's on 2, but from way off the net that time.
Yeah, when you're 6'5" and have long limbs, I guess 9 feet off the net is really not much of a concern, Kevin.
I think you're going to have to add into that the athleticism of Alix Klineman, though, because there's a lot of 6'5" people with long limbs that cannot execute that play.
I think one of them was just speaking to me.
That's not very nice, Rich. That ball's out. I can't believe you said that about Casey. He's actually taller than 6'5". Betsi Flint at 5'10", tends to play bigger than that. Now 32 years old. And you mentioned the serving, very strategic and difficult. Alix, boy, she is on point right now with her attacking.
I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. The ball's going down cleanly against a defense as good as that of Scoles and Flint. Not something you see all that often, and I don't know that we've seen a ball from Alix Klineman even get touched.
All right, hybrid last time. What about this time? Little bump set over the top, trying to get it out from in front of Klineman, and they end up with the ball out of bounds. Let's bring in the third member of our crew, Casey Patterson, courtside.
Hey guys, down here with fellow Olympian Tri-Born. Fun. We also played with the same partner in the Olympics, which is pretty cool, right? Actually, really random for me, but yeah. We also played professionally together indoors in Puerto Rico. Yes, Puerto Rican teammates. My first professional volleyball teammate right here. He's here with his whole family today. What do you think of the arena so far? I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, this place is clean. I feel like they built it for us to pack this place out and put on a show. And the lighting's perfect, perfect angle. Girls are playing well so far. Perfect match for the fans so far. So I'm happy.
I love it. It's visually insane. Last thing, next year, got a new partner this year. What's your outlook, real quick, on like kind of what you guys are working on in the off season?
I'm just working on building up some fire to come back and kick everyone's butt. Because I don't like not being on the court right now at all, but using it to my advantage as I always do.
I love it. Just build the fire, staying hydrated, tons of energy. This place is amazing.
All right, Casey, here's the deal, though. If you guys are going to be twinning, then Tri has to cut a mohawk in for next year, okay?
Go goatee. Done.
Okay, perfect.
And or Casey has to get a handlebar mustache.
You know what? I'm in for either of those. As long as one of those happen, you guys flip a coin, do whatever you need to do, as long as one of those things occurs. All right, we're getting near the 10-point mark here already. Getting down to it in the first set. 9-9, tightly contested. Both teams serving tough, but not getting a ton out of it. They've been close. April way off the net and finding the last foot of sand.
I love that swing. I mean, that ball's behind her, but she kind of has this almost pseudo windmill. You can see her just pulls it right across, generates that good top side spin to just kind of caress that ball to the middle deep.
We do hope that Chris Geeter-McGee is turning in for the top side. I hope that he heard that subtle shout from Richie. April working on Betsi. Finally a transition opportunity, but it'll have to go over. Scoles getting aggressive, as she does, and it's out of bounds. So again, a tough serve that put a team off balance, doesn't score.
Yeah, it really does. This level in this match has been so impressive. I feel like, as you said, both teams serving the ball great, but it doesn't seem to be yielding all that much. Both teams siding out at such a high level. I love the aggression, going for the option plays both ways.
North Carolina native lights that one up, and here gets a dig. Will she get a chance? Yes. Tough swing, and she puts it away. That might be all it takes. Just two of those opportunities. Scoles working hard.
Yeah, one of those sets for sure where the margin's going to be very slim between winning and losing. Just a little click off the top of the tape gives the launch a lead.
Another tough serve. April betters the ball, and it pays off again. All that power, and then that?
Well, that's what sets up the little soft shot is all the power, right? But you got to credit that set right there as well. Pulling that ball away from the net and putting it up in perfect hittable position right there, April Ross.
April Ross, head coach at El Camino College, the beach team there, El Camino Junior College up in the South Bay. That part of her new stage in life. Momming so hard and coaching the next generation.
Momming so, I like that.
All right, the launch with a 1-point advantage here. Maybe they can stretch it out at just the right time.
Can you dad so hard?
Oh yeah,
okay,
for sure,
all right.
For sure. I did for years. I was the stay-at-home dad. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, Betsi Flint also a mom. Daughter Cora, born back in 21, with her and Chase Flint. There's 3 moms on the court, and all of them pretty vocal about supporting mothers and their dreams outside of just being parents.
Of course.
April Ross line the call, and line executed perfectly. April Ross announcing her retirement this week, official at the end of the AVP League season. That doesn't mean she's not going to play. She's been playing a lot of four-man lately down kind of in the South Bay area. I think we're gonna see her around the Calcutta perhaps. We'll see her at the Berry Bob, the Solstice.
Save up your money and get down to the Calcutta and buy yourself a squad.
Yeah, if you bring about 7K, you can get yourself a squad. You might make 40.
Yeah.
Could work out for you. Oh, nice knuckles by Scoles. And Scoles is one of those young, fun watches in the game.
Yeah, very physical, very athletic, and I like the aggression with which she plays the game. Again, the aggression kind of point in and point out is what sets up those little soft shots. That one very well placed.
Been aggressive from the service line. More of it here. Klineman gets it this time. That ball's tight and blocked.
Look at the physicality both ways there. We know how high and hard Alix can attack the ball. Julia Scoles equal to it there as that set got a little bit close.
Pound Town in the house. Watching that one get sent back at just the right moment. It's going to be a set point coming out of the timeout here for the Miami Mayhem.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier, right? Both of these teams playing at such a high level, but any little blip on the radar kind of can be the decider in sets this tight.
Nice little wry smile there from Julia Scoles, married back in May in El Segundo to husband Drew Donlin. Congratulations. Good way to finish the year here would be to win out at the end of this weekend and possibly put yourself in a good situation for the playoffs. There's a coach, Coach Theo. We wondered how this whole team dynamic would shape up. It really has in certain teams, certain groups.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, you know, how different players relate to one another. Obviously, there's the team, the Miami Mayhem, very long on experience, right? So they kind of have a sort of a collaborative vibe, I think. Anytime you got Tim Baumgren on your team like the LA Launch do, you can just suck up those good vibes as well from that kid.
Little Minnesota nice from Timmy Baumgren, Troy Field. Running security apparently for these two women who are on the verge of taking the first set in this first meeting between the two clubs. There is amateur magician Troy Field. All right, Flint and Scoles.
Is that an actual thing or that's a mustache reference?
It's just a mustache reference,
right. Yeah. I thought maybe you knew some card tricks he'd impressed you with or something.
For the set. Got Klineman last time. This ball a little further off and put away. However, the Launch have put themselves in a situation where they can side out for it.
Not all side outs created equal, Kev. Somehow number 15 tends to seem a little bit harder to come by.
Klineman into the net, no side out needed. 15-13, Flint and Scoles take the first set. And really, they only took two plays.
Two plays, the option ball off the top of the tape that Julia Scoles played nicely, put away, and then that block.
Good stuff from Flint and Scoles to open this one. Set two on the way. What adjustments will the Mayhem make? The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
How about a little magic, huh?
Our own Casey Patterson getting some fans to throw up some sets here. We're testing out the crowd. You two can come to an AVP League event, perhaps end up on the sand with this mohawked gentleman who is about to have a handlebar mustache to go with it.
Yeah, this was a contest completely concocted by Casey as well. tossing it up, seeing if fans can come up with a clean handset out to the pin.
And so what happens is the winner does not have to shave the sides of their head. Everyone else does. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to happen between our third and fourth matches here from Frontwave Arena.
Casey brought his clippers, staying in unison with the name of the G League team that plays here.
There's Troy Field going in and out of frame, getting some laughs here for Scoles and Flint. On the other side, deep conversation about what adjustments do you want to see, Rich? I mean, 2 points away.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually going to ask you before the break, Kev. Do you think there's such thing as an internal jinx? Sometimes when we say, hey, there haven't been service errors, there's a service error. And I was thinking at what a high level the service pressure was from both teams in that. And I think that last service error from Alix Klineman might have been the only one we saw all set. I don't think there's any adjustments to be made. You mentioned it, 2 little blips, and they weren't even mistakes. They were just good plays by the LA Launch, where the decider in that first one, I think, is just, you know, kind of business as usual if you're the Miami Mayhem. And now it becomes an execution battle.
So I wonder, if I look back at the Flint and Scoles journey here in the league, they beat the Smash, they lose to the Nitro, that's Cheng and Hughes, they beat Cannon and Kraft, and then they lose to Humana Paredes and Wilkerson. It seems like they've beaten the teams they should beat, and they've lost the teams they should lose to, if you were to just kind of play it out on paper. Should they win or lose this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough to say. Again, on paper, I think with the A team, you know, still kind of like working their way back into top form, top consistent form anyway.
Well, you mentioned service errors. You saw there were 3 in that first set. They were not memorable except for the last one, and now it's a foot fault that right away impacts April Ross. She did not register that she felt differently about the foot fault, so.
It did not go into the official match journal.
No, there's no asterisk next to that, but we'll put another block next to Julia Scoles' name.
Yeah, that was a tremendous move. Just jumping into the cross-court cut shot. Keeping that hand in play just long enough to get the fingertips on it.
Going short to Alix. Back up and go for some forward momentum and kill it. Alix Klineman, of course, a long professional career indoors before winning that gold medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Originally out of Manhattan Beach, California, a stellar juniors career followed up by Freshman of the Year honors at Stanford when they went all the way to the national championship in 2007. Ended up losing that match, but played in it as a freshman. Was there an impact there?
Not one bit. Okay, watch the replay. Watch the replay.
We can watch the replay.
Ridiculous. Didn't affect you playing the ball. She's under me. Like, I'm literally stepping on her. Didn't affect you playing the ball. How do you know, though? They're not allowed to, like, get in the middle and, like, get under us. She was literally offset. It didn't affect you playing the ball. Such bull.
All right, twice we've had official records made.
No feelings were expressed. She said, I think something about bovine excrement.
That one stays alive. Not anymore. April puts it in the coffin corner. A lot of on 2 to open this match from April and Alix. That option play has developed so much in the last 15 years. Confusion reigning. And again, scoring out of it. Betsi, Flint, are you teaching that one at LMU, coach?
The fake jump, sand monster grabs your ankles, and you still come up with a great little knuckle pokey in the cutty. You know, sometimes the ball just bounces your way. Good hustle play from Julia Scoles. Not exactly what Betsi wanted there offensively, but gets the job done nonetheless.
That was in the Troy Field Magic book. Little misdirection. Here's snap. Good opportunity for April. She hits it wide.
The dig from Betsi Flint that started off that rally was phenomenal. It looked like that ball was all the way behind her. She essentially did half a pirouette, kept it alive.
In the first set, no one could get away until over 10. Here already, the launch stretching out. Flint still back at the line. Coasting into that one, and finally an ace scores. 6-2. You only get one timeout. When do you use it?
So interesting how matches develop sometimes, right? Both teams so locked in. Hardly a mistake to be found anywhere on either side, and now already a couple of I don't want to call them loose plays, but you know, I mean, good serve there. They get the ace. We didn't see any of that kind of stuff in the first set.
Yeah, a couple of quick scores. It has been kind of an up and down year for the Miami Mayhem. April Ross on the right, Alix Klineman on the left. April announcing this week that she is done. She's going to leave the game in a rather lengthy post reflecting on what has been a Hall of Fame career.
I think it's more than a Hall of Fame career. I mean, it's pretty much a Mount Rushmore type of a thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, to have an Olympic medal of every color, which I know our guy Shames loves, practically more than life itself. Something, I mean, that's just an unreal accomplishment to go to 3 Olympic Games, come home with hardware from all of them.
Right.
Not to mention, you know, all the wins on top of it on the AVP and internationally and so forth. I mean,
all with different partners.
All with different partners, yeah. You'd be hard pressed to find, you know, 4 other players to go in front of her on a Mount Rushmore type of a thing.
And if you've been a fan of the AVP going back to 2018 when this pair got together, it really was fun to watch the journey for these 2 women as Alix came out to the beach with all that potential, and it was really maximized. April grabbing it there. And skipping it off the take. Not yet, says Flint. She'll look deep to the corner. April still has that shot. Reset, Scoles put down and away.
Just relentless effort both ways, but the power of Julia Scoles ultimately getting that done for the launch.
Yeah, Scoles the only one in her 20s on the sand right now. That can matter about 7 rallies in. April's trying to shoot that one over.
And the only one not up nights burping anybody.
Continuing to extend the lead now with an ace. 8-2. Dream start for the LA Launch.
Yeah, Betsi Flint really finding the range from the end line.
All right, down to Casey Patterson.
Well, I'm down here with Kenny, the winner of our hand setting competition. First time we've ever tried that. We're like, we got to make him get out there and hand set. Got to see how hard it is. Kenny, it was so easy for you.
I was a little nervous, but I got like maybe 1 or 2 sets in. The others were a little chunky, but I'll take it.
We play the average, though. Hey, listen, I always said, hey, if my worst set's better than your best set, we're fine, right? What squad are you with here with all the hammer and all the Hawaiian, you know, paraphernalia, whatever we got going on?
We're representing Pound Town. We're about 50 deep, repping, you know. We've been pretty much all over SoCal so far. This arena's amazing.
Dude, how sick is this? That's rad. So, no Pound Town when I was playing. I wish we would have had that. This is insane. So, but you guys are traveling all the spots.
Casey, you seem like a Pound Town guy.
Exactly.
Induct him. Honorable inductor.
I want in. Yep. All right, well, Kenny, butter hands, saucy. Thanks, dude.
Appreciate it.
50 deep. Was that people or beverages?
Yeah, I don't know. You seem like a Pound Town guy. It's hard to know how to take that, probably. He does have 5 children.
There's a lot of people laughing somewhere. That ball missed, but boy, 10-3. A lot of work done by the LA Launch. They're making short work of the Mayhem to open this weekend of play in what is a hugely important championship implications kind of match for the Mayhem and for their Launch. Over the top and down, nicely executed. Both these clubs coming in with their future in doubt. Top 4 will make our championship weekend coming up middle of November in Los Angeles. Right now the Mayhem are sitting in 4th, but a lot of teams haven't even played the full complement.
No, certainly a lot of volleyball left. We've got this whole weekend And then we've got 2 more to follow it in Anaheim and then, of course, in Dallas before we get to the championships. But, I mean, this is a great side out from April Ross. It's all LA launch thus far in this second set, however.
Yeah, 11-4 as Ross steps to the line. She'll have to recapture some magic here. Going jump serve. That might do it. Flint goes left side, stays there with the shot down the line.
Yeah, they've been really impressive, this team of Betsi, Flint, Julia, Scoles. Started at a high level, made every play they had to make in that first set when there was so little margin between the 2 teams, and then they've just kept it rolling here. Look at that scoop. Oh, thought she was going to be able to curl that one in, Betsi.
Coming towards our position, hard to judge the depth as it comes right at us. Got a left hand on it.
Yeah, better look, good position, just can't quite get all the way around it.
Alix Klineman, number of years on the national team indoors before coming out. Of course, went on this journey with April Ross and initially Jen Kessie, a big part of that first couple of seasons. High line, you can hear it. Impact zone. Taking it to Pound Town right there, Julia Scoles.
Yeah, kind of replicating their logo, the LA launch, with that kind of kapow, old school Batman graphic. Julia Scoles igniting one.
Klineman checks down, goes over the top quite easily. She started off hot, both on 2 as well as in regular side out. It was Scoles who got a hold of her late in the first set, and they came out with a 15-13 win. They've poured it on here in set number 2, 13-6. Ross jump serve last time, right back to the float this time. Not quite. So we have hit already a match point for Flint and Scoles. Did they have an appointment to get to or something?
Well, they've got to stick around and support their guys coming up shortly after this, but certainly they are making short work of their day here. Interesting to note, they were in Newport Beach earlier today playing a little 4-man, so maybe that got the legs warm, Kev.
Outdoors, then bringing it in. Second opportunity, match point. Tons of room in it. These 2 gentlemen have to feel confident they also will benefit from the points in the championship chase. Down the middle, Scoles. Yeah, you can take a little more risk at this point. Third match point. Give the fans a little bit of extra excitement, will you? Because it's not going to impact anything further. You only get the W.
I like staying with the game plan, staying aggressive, and yeah, you wonder if any added pressure on Timmy and Troy now after this fine performance from their ladies, and set 2 ending the way set 1 ended, Kev.
An auspicious finish to set number 2. Tough one for the A team and the Miami Mayhem as they go down in straight sets, 13-8. Rich, what's your shock level here at the way this match went?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm always surprised to see Alix and April kind of lose in that fashion. It's very rare, I think, in the entirety of their career, probably. But that's just kind of indicative of what can happen when teams at this level get hot. And certainly Betsi and Julia were kind of hot from the start, and they just remained at that level of heat throughout. And so if there's any dip whatsoever on the side of the Miami Mayhem, as there was just ever so slightly, this can be the result.
A 7-0 run from Flint and Scoles ends up being the biggest run in league play this year. Quite a job. Cora and team celebrating. Now they're with Mark Sherman.
Cora, you need some sunglasses? Down here with the winners, all 3 of our winners. We got Julia, we got Betsi, we got Cora Flint, everybody. Hey, Cora, how'd you think about how your mom did?
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yes, absolutely. All right, you won a tight one in the first, and then you guys took over. You went on a 7-0 run in set 2. What was it? What was it going into set 2 that you guys just turned it on?
I think this whole day we were just so excited to play, so we were having a lot of fun, and the points started to compile, and obviously they're a legendary team, and so we knew it was going to be a battle regardless, but it was just super fun to compete.
And this is an environment, a beautiful new arena here at Frontwave. You guys were just ripping serves. Your float serves just barely clearing the net, putting so much pressure on. Is that part of your plan, just a constant pressure from the service line? Because that's what it looked like.
Definitely. We talk about kind of coming back as snipers behind the line, especially from the beginning, not so much at the end. So it was good that we got that in the beginning. And incredible match. And April's just a legend. Grateful to have her in our lives. And she was a big part of our team and believed in us. And she's a great role model for our sport and as a mom and just as a person. So we love April.
We do love April. April Ross, everybody, who did just announce that she is retiring after the league this year. So thank you for that, Betsi. Betsi and Julie are your winners here, improving to 4 and 5. That was a big match for the LA launch.
So an excellent start for the LA launch. Dare I say, a perfect launch.
Flawless.
We'll see if they can capture the booster rocket back with some chopsticks as they go for another match here. The women have done their job. 15-13, 15-8. Flint and Scoles, an exceptional performance to open. Their men will follow next. It'll be Mayhem versus Launch.